Now, I want to go off on something that Trump has said this week that I think is extremely notable, and it's important to keep track of Trump's ensuing demonizing rhetoric against those who are the other. We know that Trump has said some terrible things about minorities in the past. We know all that. We know his policies were terrible against immigrants and undocumented people during his administration. But his rhetoric has gone above and beyond in a way that it's important to recognize. Trump gave a speech this week talking very heavily about immigration, and he said that this is an invasion like it's a military invasion. Trump said that drugs, criminals, gang members, and terrorists are pouring into our country at record levels. We've never seen anything like it. They're taking over our cities. Now, we know that undocumented immigrants are less likely to commit crimes, so they are not causing the surge in crime in the cities. That's not true. And there is genuinely absolutely no distinguishable difference between this type of rhetoric and what you saw that was during like the anti-Irish age of America or the anti-Italian age of America. This is exactly the same. This is exactly the same to people being afraid that syndicalists and socialists were coming in from Italy and causing the bombings that happened in Chicago. That was more German immigrants, but the point stays the same. Irish immigrants, they thought, they were going to turn the country Catholic and destroy the foundation of our democracy. No, it's all baseless xenophobic lies. And the worst part was he goes on, and then he says that he accuses the immigrants of poisoning our blood, which is such a potent hatred. That phrase has such a potent hatred to it that I can't imagine uttering something like that about another human being.
I mean, we talked a few weeks ago because he used this phrase before. And it's almost more concerning now than when he first used it, because now all of the backlash has happened, right, in the media, and yet he decided to go out and use that again, which to me says that he's going to be that much more brazen if he does get into office, which of course goes along with him saying that he's going to be a dictator on day one, it's all enforced because it seems clear that he isn't worried about losing political support for saying these things, which means there's no check on him.
Right. If the public is not going to be responsive to this type of rhetoric, what will they be responsive to? And look, I have some quotes here that are from far-right leaders of the past. I'm not going to read them out. There's no reason for me to do that. But just, it is exactly replicable to what was going on in the 30s. Okay, it is in Germany. It is exactly, explicitly the same. And the way that he's saying about poisoning your blood, how do you poison the blood of a country? How do you do that? You interbreed. Is he saying how do you just he's it's almost like he's blatantly white nationalist and is signaling that he's afraid of the destruction of the white race through interbreeding when he says poisoning the blood.
Exactly. He's very clearly hinting at that, and hinting doesn't even feel like the right word.
He's just saying it. Right? There's no other way to interpret it. Right?